Hey everyone, today I'm back in Lost Ark with another Velganos solo clear. This time around, going to be doing it on my destroyer. Just ended up getting to the item level requirement for it earlier, so I want to do a solo run of it. And this time around, I'll also give some commentary throughout the fight itself, for those that want like some tips on certain attack patterns or like kind of how I approach the fight, after having done a fair amount of solo clears already on my sorceress and also on my scrapper. So I'll just quickly go over my build for destroyer before we get into the fight, for those that are interested in it. If you don't care about that, then I'll leave a timestamp so you can skip ahead to the fight itself. So here's my destroyer, a little bit over the minimum item level, but honestly 3 item levels is not really going to change all that much. Full crit, some swiftness on my necklace as well. Also have the 2-piece Argos set for some extra crit rate. For engravings, I got Grudge, Supercharge, Rage Hammer. Grudge, just nice damage. Destroyer is a very tanky class, so I'm not really going to be feeling the negative all that much about it because I have a lot of shielding in my kit. Supercharge I feel is about necessary when you're playing Destroyer, or you're going to feel very clunky, and Rage Hammer is just going to give me a very big crit rate and crit damage boost when it comes down to my purple skills, which those are the ones that actually deal damage. For gems, I just have 4 damage gems on my purple skills, and then I have cooldown gems for everything else. The only thing I don't have a cooldown gem for is going to be my Earth Eater. Only have a damage gem for that one. Everything else is cooldown. I do have one level 7 that's going to be for my Endure Pain, and that is because I want to get that cooldown as low as possible, because it does give me super armor and it allows me to set up for my perfect swing a little bit easier. So that's why I have a higher level cooldown gem for that. For cards, I have Lost Windcliff 12-piece Awakening for the 7% crit rate, and the damage reduction of dark damage is also nice, because Velganos does mainly do dark damage. If you don't have this, you can also run like Light of Salvation, just for the dark damage reduction instead, which is actually what I ended up doing when I ran this on my sorceress, before I had the 12-piece Awakening for Lost Windcliff. So that's the build, sort of. Let's quickly go over my skills as well. So Heavy Crush, this is just going to be a quick gauge generator for me. Generates 1 core, you need 3 cores in total. Most of your skills generate 2, so that's why I'm going to be using this one, as I can pretty much use this all the time. It has a very short cooldown. Dreadnought is my counter, also my synergy skill, so it applies armor reduction. You can take Tenacity instead if you want to do that, but I don't really feel like that is necessary on the Velganos boss fight. If I'm doing Valtan in the future, then I might take Tenacity instead. Here you can also choose between damage reduction or bonus damage, kind of up to you what you want. If you want a faster counter, you can take Power Strike, but honestly, because I'll be doing Valtan soon and I'm currently doing a lot of Yoho, this is nicer because this does have level 2 weak point, which is going to be useful on both of those fights. Not really going to be a thing on Velganos, so you can kind of choose which of the 2 that you want. This is just a slightly faster counter than Dreadnought. Jumping Smash is going to be my gap closer, so that's why I take the distance over here. Also, again, another armor reduction tripod as well. And then for my last one, I have Endure Pain, just increase the radius of it, give me a taunt, also 90% incoming damage reduction. So this is going to make me incredibly tanky, and it will also give me 5 seconds of super armor, which is going to make it easier to set up for perfect swing when the boss is not standing still. Earth Eater just does damage, also Tenacity Tripod, so you can use this to tank through stuff. Full Swing, this is going to make it so that I can fly into the boss as well. Does decent damage, quite fast to spin up as well, because it's also a charged ability. But you can also fly into the boss with it. It's kind of like a second gap closer, I guess you could say. Then Perfect Swing, full damage tripods. You can take Tenacity instead of damage if you want, but because I'm going to be setting up for this skill most of the time using my Endure Pain, I don't really need the Tenacity over here. But if you want to use Endure Pain purely as a utility skill, then you can use Tenacity over here if you want to have like guaranteed setup for it. And the last but not least, we have the Seismic Hammer, again, full damage tripods and a cooldown reduction one, because otherwise there's going to be like a gap in my rotation. Now on Velganos, it's probably not really going to be needed. I could take damage reduction or Tenacity here, but on a normal fight where you're hitting the boss a lot more, like Yoho for example, the quick prep really comes in handy. And the last but not least, Big Bang. This is what I'll be using for my Awakening. As for the battle items, I'm going to be using a Pheromone and a Flare because Velganos does run away twice. If you're doing this on any class that's not a destroyer, I would also recommend you take a Whirlwind Bomb. I guess on Gunlance it's not really necessary either, but he does have 3 stagger checks, So having a whirlwind bomb at the ready is going to be very useful for that. And outside of that, some health potions, and that's pretty much all that you need. So let's just jump right into it. Now, the first thing that the boss is going to do usually is dash at you. When he kind of like disintegrates into a light ball, that means that he's going to dash towards you. You can immediately sidestep that. Oh, he doesn't do it. But it is something to pay attention to, I guess you could say. Just to make sure like he doesn't get that extra damage in. Just something you can do when he runs at you. There we go. That's the attack I was talking about. Also, when he does that, don't immediately dodge after the boss either. Because sometimes he'll follow that up with a scream, and the scream does fairly big AoE damage. So that's why you don't want to do that. So he dashes. He doesn't scream, so I'm fine. Whenever he does these balls, you'll want to try and get to his side, because that is going to be the safe spot there. Oh, I tried to taunt him here, but I guess I missed. Luckily enough, he phased me. So it's all good. These are the other black puddles. Oh, that's painful. When he does those black puddles, those you do want to try and dodge because they explode immediately. I was quickly seeing if there were some more light puddles around, but apparently not. The reason why you want to get those light puddles is because they give you a damage buff. And of course you do want to do as much damage as possible. Or actually, rather, you don't really do much damage if you don't have these light puddles. So that's why you do want to get them as soon as possible. Pick up my third light stack. Do some damage with my awakening. I got 5 stacks now. I'm gonna dodge to the side here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Again, stand on his side when he does the balls. Easy dodge. Gonna use Endure Pain here, because I was kind of scared he would hit me with that. I ran out of the way of that. Okay, fast puddles, so again, just try and dodge these. Sidestep. Don't jump, because that was the scream I was talking about earlier. Just gonna punch him here. I think he's gonna phase soon. Maybe I need to hit him a little bit more. And get to the side of that, and hopefully this perfect swing hits. It does. Beautiful. I'm gonna use Endure Pain here, because I could not dodge that in time. So that is why it's really nice if you can keep Endure Pain ready. Kind of as like a get out of jail free card, essentially. Ooh, and I'm gonna get a lot of free damage here. So when it does this, all you need to do is just stand in this circle. If you do this with 4 people, there's a little bit of a tactic to it. But when you're alone, all you need to do is stand in the circle and you'll be fine. And then he kind of like knocks himself down for some free damage. And now he is 100% gonna phase. So, throw my Pheromone Bomb. Means that he'll come right back to me. Stay in front of the boss. And you're gonna give me the light puddles. Nope, not yet. Should give it to me soon, I think. Dodge out of the way of that. Alright, seems like he really doesn't want to give me damage. Okay, there we go. That's 1, that's 2. I would like to get a 3rd, which I can get right here. 3 puddles, okay, beautiful. That means I can do damage now. I'm gonna use Endure Pain. Saw him jump at me. I'm just gonna use my super armor here. Unfortunately enough, that did mean I took a lot of damage. Because I didn't have a shield. So that's also something that you can do, like with your Earth Eater. You can just use it for the super armor if you can't get out when you're in a situation like that. Does mean that you will take a lot of damage, unfortunately enough. Okay, he's doing a stagger check, so I'm gonna try and get to his front to do some bonus damage. You also deal bonus damage from, or bonus stagger from the front, I believe. But I could be mistaken on that. Again, get to his side. Sadly enough, not really any space for me to do damage right now. I'm just gonna chill here. Alright, those are the fast puddles. Gotta be careful of that. Just gonna outrange that attack real quick as well. Dodge to the side. I don't think I could have gotten close enough to get the counter in time, so that's why I ran to the side for that. Fast puddles. Oh, he's jumping on me. I'm just gonna dodge out of that. Oh. There was still a puddle there. Which, unfortunately enough, was not gone by the time that I arrived. Again, dodge out of these. Like, there's really no, like, pressure in terms of time. You should have plenty of time to do this fight. As long as you don't end up dying. So just try to stay alive. And you should be fine. Again, dodge to the side. Whee! Swing in. Oh. It's phasing again. Throw the pheromone. And I think in his third phase he always gives you 5 light stacks if you don't do much damage to him at the beginning. So you kind of want to let him do that, because you'll want to get 5 stacks before he gets below 30%. Reason being is that allows you to skip the very first pizza mechanic he does. The reason why you want to skip the first pizza is because that one is the most annoying. Just gonna get my perfect swing in. Dink. No, I'll have to settle for the back, unfortunately enough. Dodge out of the way of that, and he should do his staggers check soon. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna not use my purple skill here, and the reason being is that I want to get staggered in. Okay, unfortunately enough, I failed stagger check. Fortunately enough, I am a destroyer, and 90% damage reduction. It's kind of a lot. So here I'm just outranging the first pizza. I got in for the 4th pizza slice, so I could get my 5th light stack. So I guess I got kind of lucky on the positioning where I was. But I saw that I could get in on the 4th pizza slice. So that's why I did that. Because of course, more light stacks is going to be more damage. Just gonna use this for super armor. It's not really super armor, but it's like paralysis immunity. Kind of finding a safe spot back here. Okay, he opens his back to me, so I can finally get in. Again, don't stress for damage here. The final phase is definitely the hardest part of this fight. So just get your damage in when you can. And outside of that, just dodge. Okay, there we go. Another damage opportunity. These are the fast ones, so again, just gonna be disengaging here. He's gonna throw his balls at me, but I'm just gonna outrange them. Very easy. Oh, I even outranged the black puddle thing. So periodically, he will do a attack that applies 1 darkness on you. He's doing the pizza mechanic, going clockwise. Actually, no, this is counterclockwise. Well, doesn't matter. Regardless, sometimes he will apply a damage stack to you, take away a light stack, which is why you're kind of forced to do the pizza mechanic at some point. But apparently you can outrange that. I did not know about that. Okay, I'm just gonna taunt here because I do kind of want to get some damage in. I'm gonna use my awakening here as well. Oh, and he outranged that. That is very sad. Okay, get to the side. He is jumping. I'm gonna use my jumping smash to get out of that. So as you can see, like, you can just use your movement skills for movement as well, of course. Ah, that's the attack I was talking about. So I now only have 4 light stacks. And I also have 1 black stack. Even though I did not get hit by anything. Like, that will just be an AoE attack that he likes to do every now and then. But we have another pizza mechanic. 2, 3, and 4. And then go in for some damage. Okay, just gonna be getting him out of there. He's doing the jumps, so just move away. I could use my Endure Pain here, but I kind of want to keep it for a scenario where I need it as like a get out of jail free card, essentially. Dodge to the side. Fortunately enough, that did still clip me, because there wasn't a lot of space for me to dodge there. Get some damage in. Okay, I'm gonna use my Endure Pain here. Set up for some damage. Try to dodge the tail smack. He's applying a stack on me again, but there we go. That was enough damage to kill him in the end. So So that's the Velganos solo for Destroyer. I do have a Scrapper at this item level as well, so I guess if people would be interested in seeing that one, then feel free to leave me a comment down below, and then I might do one as well. She's definitely not as well geared as my Destroyer. Her engravings are kind of meme, but still definitely good enough to solo this thing. So yeah, hopefully the little commentary throughout the video was useful. If it was, let me know. If I end up doing Scrapper, then I'll do it like this as well. But for now, thanks for watching, hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.